Hello, welcome to a new video, and this is my top 3 favourite Cybermen stories of all time. So, the reason I picked Cybermen is because they're my second favourite Doctor Who villains. Everything about them is so iconic in their own way. It's so brilliant. So, let's get to it. So, in first place, I've actually put, and this is really hard for me to say, I've actually picked a new Who story for my top 3 Cybermen stories, and that's it, because normally there's all classic Who, but this one has made it up into the top ranks. So in first place, I've actually put Associate of the Cybermen, episode 9 from series 12. I haven't added, the reason I've not added the second part to this story, which is the Timeless Children, because it's more focused on the Doctor and the Master, and not really focused on the Cybermen, where Associate the Cybermen, it is absolutely focused on the Cybermen of all time, and it's literally just fantastic. You got the music, that's so brilliant. You got like this site, you got the lone Cyberman, which is fantastic. You got the return of 2 Russell T Davidson, which I didn't really mind. I do like the Cyber Industries design, but it's Stephen Moffat's one I actually hated the most, because they're more like, not Cybermen, like, if I show you, it's like, that's the last Cybermen design before these new ones, and it's not really that interesting, are they? Even the stories were a bit weak with them. Apart from the Dr. Falls. The Dr. Falls is actually another brilliant story. It's in my top 10 of the Cybermen stories, but it's not in my top 3. So, Associate of the Cybermen is my favourite story. You got, what more do you need? You got the fantastic music, as you can hear in the background. You got cyber drones, like the cyber heads being turned into drones attacking the last colonies. You got Graham and Yaz trapped on a ship full of the new design of the Cybermen. It's just so fantastic and brilliant. You got the Doctor trying to think of a way how to stop the Cybermen. You got this fantastic space scene of the spaceship, where they look outside the window, Graham, Ryan and Yaz and these last of the humans, and you see all these dead floating Cybermen in space. It's just, which is another fantastic scene, and it just proves how brilliant the Cybermen are. And then you go into this abandoned cyber ship, where the lone Cyberman follows them onto it, and there's this whole army of Cybermen that's been newly designed. It's just fantastic, and the face designs are brilliant. It's like a mixture of the new Cybermen between classic Who and new Who. It's just so fantastic and brilliant. You got the tear ducts, I think, were introduced in the Wheel in Space, but these Cybermen actually remind me more of the Earthshock Cybermen by the headpieces, apart from the chin, because you can't see the chins on these ones. But this one is a brilliant story. I was really surprised when I thought to myself, oh, the Lone of the Cybermen is going to be in my top 3. So in second favourite story I've got, well, I've put in, is the Invasion. It's another brilliant Cybermen story. You got, especially that scene when you got the Cybermen coming out of the sewers after being activated by the Cyber Planner, and you got them coming out, like, I think it was the cathedral in London, and you got them coming out the stairs, and the whole battle scene between the unit and the Cybermen is just such another fantastic story. And this story was the very first introduction to Unit. It's just such a brilliant storyline. I do love the invasion of the Cyber Planet in Thorne's workshop, after it recognises the Doctor from Planet 14, which I actually do think is in the Wheel in Space, Planet 14. I haven't seen the Wheel in Space because it's basically missing, but I'm hoping it does get animated, so I can actually say, oh yeah, I've owned all the Cybermen stories now. I've watched it. It's such a fantastic story. People have been telling me the Wheel in Space is a fantastic story on Doctor Who groups I'm on Facebook, and they all talk about how brilliant the Wheel in Space was, even people who were kids when they watched it. And it's a shame that us younger Doctor Who fans who want to get into the classic series are missing such fantastic Doctor Who stories. Like, for the Cybermen stories, you got the Wheel in Space. It's such a missing opportunity, and I'm so glad they're animating these missing stories for us younger people, so we can actually go and buy them and go, ah, this is right. What people have been telling us is absolutely spot on. the Wheel in Space might be in my top 5 next if they do animate it, but until I see it, it's not there. But the Invasion is such a brilliant story. I love the design of the Cybermen. It's just a fantastic design. I just love the whole lot of the Cybermen, I really do, especially when they're walking out of the sewers from London. It's just another fantastic story. So in first place, I've actually put my all-time favourite Doctor Who story, and I'm afraid it is Earthshock. Earthshock is the cyber bomb. It's just a fantastic story, and I was so glad that season 19 came out on Blu-ray, because it's in that season. Earthshock is now on Blu-ray, and I actually love Earthshock. So when I sold my DVDs on for the Blu-ray sets, it was like, yay, Earthshock in Blu-ray, I love it. So Earthshock is such another good Cyberman story. You don't know it's Cyberman until the end of part 1, where you got like this android attacking the Doctor and Tegan and Nyssa with these bunch of humans in the caves on Earth, trying to protect the cyber bomb. And you got like, it goes into the cyber controller unit, and you got the cyber leader going, destroy them at once. And it's just a fantastic cliffhanger, especially in episode 2, where it goes, a TARDIS, a Time Lord, they're forbidden. This one calls himself the Doctor. And he shows the clips between Hartnell, Troughton and Baker. And he goes, it appears he has regenerated again. Whoever he is, he must be found and destroyed. It's just a fantastic Doctor Who story, especially at moments where it mentions like clips from the 10th planet. The Wheel in Space is also a little clip. There's a little clip from the Wheel in Space in this one where the second Doctor goes, I imagine you had orders to destroy me. And that's Bishop Tom Baker from The Revenge of the Cybermen. It's just another clip. You got no home planet, you're blowing stockings. Here's a bunch of preventative soldiers looking around the galaxy in an ancient spaceship. That is just another iconic moment in that story, where you got like the first, second and fourth Doctor. Unfortunately, the Cybermen did not meet the third Doctor in his era. He does meet the third Doctor, but he meets the third Doctor, so they actually do meet the third Doctor in the 5 Doctors instead of the Snow Cyberman story in the Pertwee era, which was a bit of a downer. But Earthshock is literally my all-time favourite bomb. You got the Cybermen, you got such great lines, especially when they blow up the doors to get into the bridge, where you got Rigway, the captain, Bridgeway, the Doctor and Adric, and he goes, and you got the Cybermen going up to the Doctor going, so we meet again, Doctor. It's just another fantastic line and fantastic way the Cybermen were done in that particular way. It's just such a fantastic Cyberman story. I do actually enjoy Earthshock, especially that scene where you got them all on the bridge, and you got the security cameras on in the freighter, and you got the Cybermen smashing out the tombs. And then the cyber leader goes, my army awakes, Doctor. It's just a fantastic line, and the way the Doctor's face drops in horror and he sees a whole army of Cybermen just coming out of these tombs into an attack formation and ready to attack Earth. It is another brilliant story. Earthshock is the bomb. It's the fantastic cyber story. It's just literally another fantastic cyber story. I really do enjoy Earthshock. I can do a whole video about Earthshock. But Earthshock is literally the bomb, and it's just a fantastic story. I'm so glad it was the season. It's out in Blu-ray, so I can watch it. So you can actually watch it in full HD. It is just a fantastic story, especially way back in 2013 when I think it was watched during the Doctors Revisited, and it showed a Doctor Who story, and it showed Earthshock, and it proved. And I think people watching Earthshock, even younger ones, Earthshock is literally the bomb. It's the best Cyberman story of all time. And I do recommend it. If you want to start watching classic Who, I do recommend start watching Earthshock. It's such a fantastic Cyberman story. It introduced the new Cybermen in the correct way. It's just so fantastic and brilliant. I really do enjoy Earthshock, especially where we have the death of Adric. Because the cyber controller destroyed the Doctor's console, and you got the cyber controller trying to kill the Doctor. Tegan gets in the way. The Doctor then grabs him by his neck, get hold of, like, he's got Adric's badge, which has got gold on the head, and he rubs it into the cyber chest unit, and you've got the cyber controller screaming, no, cyber leader, sorry, you've got the cyber leader screaming because it's suffocating him. So he's like, so the doctor go, get down. So he shouts to Nissa and Tegan to get down. He shoots the TARDIS console, and the doctor just literally comes out from behind the console and shoots the cyber leader 3 times. It's literally just a fantastic way the doctor kills the cyber leader. It's just another fantastic whole story. I really do enjoy Earthshock. It's just a fantastic story. So this is my top 3 favourite Cyberman stories. I would like to know what your favourite Cyberman stories are. I really would like to know what your favourite Cyberman stories are. Mine, for your top 3. Mine, I'm afraid, is definitely Earthshock. It's such a fantastic story. I could actually do a whole video about me talking about Earthshock because it's just such a fantastic story. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're all having a good time rewatching these lockdown Doctor Who events. Unfortunately, I haven't done most of them. I haven't done really much of them because I've been watching Classic Who more than New Who. As I said, I am a lot more into Classic Who than I am into the new era stuff. I mean, Associate of the Cybermen made it into the top 3. The Doctor Falls is in the top 10. And we've had so many good Cyberman stories, and it's just so brilliant that we've actually got a New Who story in my top 3. Anyway, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoy the classic series as much as I do, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you for watching.